Hey guys, so I know I said I didn't have anything to talk about, but right after I finished making the video, I remembered that there was something that I wanted to talk about, and it has nothing to do with stuttering or 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 tics. It has to do with this documentary that I watched the other night on the Oprah Winfrey Network called Light Girls. And it was a documentary about the experiences of light skin or mixed race women, and the experiences that they have when it comes to colorism and prejudice and things like that. And I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was very informative. I learned quite a bit that I didn't know before. And it made me think about how this isn't really a topic that's discussed very much in my opinion. And it also made me think about the things that I experienced growing up as someone who is mixed race and of a lighter skin complexion. When I was growing up, I went to predominantly white schools for the earlier part of my childhood, and I didn't really have issues when it came to color. A lot of the kids would ask me if I was adopted when they saw my mom, because my mom is black and she has brown skin. And but that was the most that I ever got from kids when I was younger and going to white schools. And I went to a predominantly black school in 6th grade, and that's when I first experienced colorism. Before that, I didn't even know that there was such a thing, or that black people could have a problem with other black people because of the color of their skin and just because they may look different. That was completely new to me. I was bullied every day at the school by other girls who were darker. They threatened to cut my hair. They would just say all sorts of mean things to me all the time. I got into a fight with this one girl. It was my first fight because she called me a white ass bitch, and she harassed me like all the time. And she was a much bigger girl too, and I hit her and we got into a fight because of that. And it was always from the girls. It never really came from the boys. I didn't have any problem with the boys at the school. And let's see, in high school, my high school was a mixed high school. I would still hear comments. People would, I sometimes felt like the token friend when I was among my white classmates. They would say things like, oh, you're not really black, or, just stuff like that. And even if they didn't really, like black people, they would still talk to me because their excuse was that I wasn't really like all the way black, so that was different. And looking back, I realized how wrong that was. When you're a kid, you just want to be accepted and liked, so when they were saying that stuff, I really didn't care. Like, I felt, I guess I felt somewhat special in a way that they were making an exception for me. But now I realize that was wrong, and it didn't make them any less prejudiced just because they would talk to me but not somebody who was darker, or maybe someone who had two black parents. In high school, I also had the experience of people not really thinking that you have anything to contribute to a conversation when it comes to race, because they think that being mixed or 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 light skin, that it's just some walk in the park. There was a girl in my history class, and when we were talking about experiences that we've had when it comes to prejudice or race or something like that, I was trying to talk about things that I've experienced, and one of my other friends who is also biracial was trying to talk about hers, and this girl said that she said that we didn't know what it was like to experience prejudice or racism, because we're mixed and we were both fair complected. And I just thought that was really unfair. But I've heard things like that plenty of times before. So yeah, it's not a complete walk in the park. Being mixed, you're sometimes not accepted by both sides, but on the other hand, it's also pretty cool to be mixed because you can blend in with other people. So anyway, I'm rambling now, but the documentary was really interesting, and it just made me think about some things that I've experienced being mixed. So if you have any experiences that you would like to talk about when it comes to being mixed or being light-skinned, and maybe any prejudice that you faced, or even if you haven't faced prejudice, because I know not everybody has. Some people are just that lucky. Or if you saw the documentary Light Skin and want to comment on what you thought of it, I would love to read it. So that's all I wanted to say about this, and I will see you soon, guys. Bye.